Hi there, this is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, and welcome to another episode of 6 of the Best. Today I'm going to talk about an actress that's rocketed up my big board in the last couple of years. And I finally know how to say her name. It's Ayako Wakao, not Wakao, from Japan, and she is amazing. She did an absolute ton of films with Masamura, and Masamura's rocketed up my big board as well. He has, titles that Arrow Video have released, but he needs to have more titles released. I'm looking at you, Radiance, once you're finished with your Taiketo stuff. Wakao is just phenomenal. She can play just about everything. She can be innocent, she can be mischievous, she can be downright bad, she can be powerful, she can be a victim, she can be the aggressor, she can be a manipulator. She's got it all. I believe she's still with us. Same with Nakadai is still with us. So I'm just going to go through 6 of my favourite films of her. This could have been a lot more, because she is absolutely fantastic. And if you haven't seen her, you need to see her and more of her. So I'll actually start with a Blu-ray. Not all of these are on Blu-ray, sadly. But we're going to go with Yuzo Kawashima's Elegant Beast from 1962, written by Kaneto Shindo, obviously the filmmaker of Onibaba and Kuronenko and others, who wrote a lot of Masamura's finest work. Strange enough, with Wakao as well. And there's Wakao in the back. So this is just a wonderful film about a family of grifters, basically. And Wakao is the one who is trying to extort money from the salary man over here. It's an amazing film for shot composition. We consider it's pretty much just set in the apartment or around the apartment of this family. There's no 2 shots that are the same. It is just a wonderful example of how you can use a camera in essentially one location. It's an absolute tour de force of shot composition, but it's also filled with humour. But it also has a dark side as well. It featured in my favourite 40 Radiance titles, if you haven't seen that video. And a main part is Wakao, who's just absolutely fantastic. Elegance and style, but with the tail of a scorpion. Next, it's a Masamura, and okay, they're all Masamuras from now on. This is Manji, which according to 8 Hong Kong Flicks is stunning. According to Real.com, it's intense and erotic. It's from 1964 and it's an 18. Heavens to Murgatroyd. And somebody in the back from boxoffice.com says it plays like a Japanese blend of Hitchcock, Jean-Pierre Melville and David Lynch. I don't quite see that, but it's still excellent. And DVD Savant, whoever that is, says Hollywood films are still crude peep shows compared to this 1964 dazzler. and G line, whatever that is. It says Manji is nothing if not astonishing. It's a wild, lurid, outlandish slice of melodrama. It's Tennessee Williams by way of Douglas Sirk. Masamura's way better than Douglas Sirk. This is just a DVD, as I said. Yumi Epic Pictures also has the 3 films that are available on Arrow Blu-ray, which of course I have. This is about an older woman played by Kyoko Kishida, who was in Women in the Dunes by Jessica Hara, and she is bored, so she joins an art class and starts making erotic paintings of Ayako Wakao, who wouldn't, to be fair, and along the lines of affair, they have an affair, which obviously upsets the men in the world, and the 2 women are definitely the powerhouses of the film, and men, very much in the Russ Meyer tradition, men are the bumbling oafs, whose petty jealousies just make them even more ridiculous. But obviously we have to have order in the world, so it all ends badly. Can't let women have all their fun, but it's just wonderful. Again, not my favourite Masamura, but it's tough at the top for Masamura films. Well worth checking out, and we need a Blu-ray this one. So this is Manji. Next one is a film that absolutely blew me away. Now, Masamura does have the record for the number of film titles with the word wife in it. So this is Seisaku's wife. Another one in this list features the word wife. He's also got 2 wives. He's also got A Wife Confesses, which I haven't seen yet. And I'm probably forgetting other wives. This is an unofficial DVD, because strangely enough, this isn't on Blu-ray either, but it should be. This is an absolute stunner. From 1965, also co-stars Takehiro Tamura, who you'll probably recognise. This is set in a small village, and Wakao is married to an older man who dies, so she's on her own, and she ends up marrying this young returning soldier, and it becomes a pot boiler, as he is deemed to be a hero, but he wants to go back to do more of his duty, much to the displeasure of his wife. So this is an example of Wakao going full mentally disturbed mode, again being radiant, but then also being miserable and alone and isolated. The rest of the village looks down on her, and it is just absolutely stunning. It's kind of also a little bit anti-militarist. This was the 60s after all, and this is set in the Russo-Japanese War. It's fantastic performance by Wakao, as you would expect. And then this was kind of before I'd really joined the dots with Wakao. So this is Irezumi. This is from 1966. Again, it's a Masamura, and she's absolutely wonderful in this. This is in living colour. And she stars as the daughter of a merchant who ends up absconding with her young lover, but then ends up with a fairly hardcore tattooist who wants to put a big fiery, is it a dragon? No, it's a demonic spider on her back, and that changes her. It changes her, the way people see her, the way men want her, and it changes her personality from kind of the innocent to the less innocent. This is a 4K restoration. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Obviously Wakao looks absolutely gorgeous, she can't help it. Yeah, this is the one of the Masamuras written by Shindo, so you can kind of feel Shindo's slight, what's the word, perversity maybe, coming through. It's a glorious film. Also co-stars Sato Kei, who you'll recognise. Again, this is reversible artwork, which is similar to the booklet. And the great thing about Masamura films, they're generally under 100 minutes. He always kind of knows how to get in and out, take what's needed and then leave. So Irezumi's fantastic. And then in the same year, can you believe it, Irezumi, which is like amazing, Masamura and Wakao did Red Angel, which is a flat out masterpiece as well. There's the booklet, and there's the arrow artwork. I decided to flip to the Japanese poster. This is one of the best, or sneaky best, war films nobody talks about, because again, Masamura is not a big name. I think most people in the Blu-ray community have seen this and have been blown away by it. It's absolutely stunning. She stars as a nurse in 1939. She's sent to the front line, and it's not just about the attitude towards women in the front line. It's about the, obviously, stupidity of war, attack on militarism as usual. Again, there is a kind of, not sleazy, but there is almost sexual violence hanging in the air with every frame, before we get to see battle violence as well. It's just another wonderful film, another brutal film, and it's absolutely wonderful, and Wakao is just brilliant in it. So I'd highly recommend Red Angel as well. Well, I'd recommend all of these films. And then finally in 1967, this is another just fantastic film, co-starring Takamine Hideko. It's another wife film. It's the wife of Seisu Hanaoka even, who was a real life person. He was one of the first physicians to invent or come up with anaesthesia. So he lived 1760 to 1835, so that gives you the kind of time scale we're talking about. This is how to do a loose biography properly. You get Wakao in, so she plays his wife, but there's also Takamine Hideko plays the somewhat overbearing mother-in-law, who doesn't like Wakao for some reason. I don't know why you would like Wakao. The husband, played by Ichikawa Raizo, is obviously obsessed with his work, and he doesn't really notice the battle of wills that's going on with the two women. Again, the two women are the powerhouses here. He tests on animals. It's a certain plant that he's working with, but then he wants human guinea pigs to try to knock them out and then bring them back. And of course the two women fight over who should be his guinea pig, who loves him more. It is quite funny in a way as well. And it's about the battle of wills of, I want to be the guinea pig, no, I want to be the guinea pig. It's just absolutely brilliant. Again, Wakao and Takamine is just wonderful. Again, this is an unofficial DVD. I've got to get more Masamuras. I know on one of the Arrow discs there's a guy who has seen all the Masamuras, and he kind of said his first films and his last films aren't very good, and it's just this purple patch. I think I've seen about 16 Masamuras now, and his purple patch is quite big, I have to say. His purple patch is a lot bigger than quite a lot of more famous directors who claim to have purple patches. But I don't want this to turn into a purple patch comparison video. I want you to go and watch Ayako Wakao, because she's fantastic. She really elevates the films that she's in. She's got a bit of swag about her as well. Yes, she's got Masamura, also quite a lot of Masamuras, but she also worked with Ozu as well, and plenty of others. So I'm trying to see more Wakao as well, because as I said, she's just rocketed up my board, and if you watch Wakao films you'll know why. And now I can actually pronounce her name properly, so I apologise for mispronouncing her name all this time, but it is Ayako Wakao. And on that bombshell, this is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, saying farewell.